happens when a card that is already pushing a certain price tag gets available in a higher rarity. Collector's Rare prices are up on Kongs for what is public or not. I still think we're missing a couple of these along the way. If you want to pick up any of these, please use discount code MCOOL40 on your purchase. It'll knock down a majority of these prices, and you'll be able to get whatever you want from here slightly more affordably, and that's always a good thing. So I'll leave a link down below so you guys can check out the Collector's Rare pre-sales today. Welcome back to another round of, oh my gosh, Bonfire. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Bonfire in a Collector's Rare. You know, everybody kind of had an idea that this was coming. All right, and the fact that you look around and you're like, you know, laughing emoji at all the people that pre-sold all of their bonfires at $100 a piece. Now you're going to have to go chase the higher rarity. LOL. So here's our problem with this this little discussion overall here. So bonfires are still selling at $100 a piece with the Collector's Rare floating around. But wait a minute, the Ultra is supposed to fall when we actually have a higher rarity. The only thing that you've done by making this card into a higher rarity was maybe lower down the ceiling just a bit, all right? Now, to the people out here that were screaming, going, I'm going to buy my bonfires, and these are people that play their max rarity decks, that feels like the only group of people that is going to be the surprise Pikachu faces. But, one, if they have enough money to bling out their decks, spending more money or dropping off the bonfires that they'd already pre-ordered is not going to hurt anything whatsoever. You know what I mean? Having a higher rarity gives 2 printings of the card into circulation, gives the chance for more breathing room. But Robbie, it's not going to save things. Yeah, I know. It's not. All right, Bonfire's still going to push this extremely crazy price point. You know, especially if Bonfire ends up not being short printed, that'll help a little bit. But for every person out here that wants to play a fire deck, they need 3 of those. All right, that's the first major thing that you need to consider out here is how many bonfires do you need? Now I've heard a few of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Elites out here going, why play multiple bonfires? You know, it's limited to once per turn, you know. Why would I waste this? Okay, this isn't a Dark World Corridor situation, all right? You have a starter that trickles on into like full combo and does everything that you want it to do. Also, Dark World Corridor is limited to just Dark Worlds. This is not limited to Volcanics, Fire Kings, Rescue Ace, Snake Eyes, at least 3 more fire decks. Oh, and you know what the craziest part about all of this is? With the crazy bonfire turnover discussion, take 3 here. The next TCG exclusive archetype actually is a pyro theme, and I'll talk about that a little bit more as we get closer to the upcoming release window for Phantom Nightmare. But the amount of people out here that aren't physically realizing right now what that means. That means that, you know, besides a sub-powered archetype at this point that, you know, Konami wants you to rush out and pick up bonfires for. That's the unfortunate situation. And the other downside to this is to the people that still want to have multiple decks. But believe it or not, there are multiple people out here that enjoy having a couple of decks put together instead of moving everything across with these staples. With the current pricing of Bonfire the way it is, you're not going to be able to do that. Now, the inevitability of this is Bonfire will eventually get reprinted. I need to constantly remind people of this fact, but, you know, while everybody's flinging poop at their screen and being an uncivilized monkey on the internet, screeching to the top of their lungs, you know, I want it now. No, that's not necessarily the case with this. All right, honestly, at this point, I'm so sick and tired of bonfire this, bonfire that. Having it in the higher rarity now, good job, Konami. And as the dust settles on all of this, and we start to head on out of Maze, you got a lot of other things that you need to look at here. You got to remember, you've still got the dual 2-stage power creep revolving here. Maze being the first one, the second one being the full advent of everything fire. And if you're looking, you got to remember, guys, if you're looking at all bonfire, you know, you're distracted by the fact that Populous and Promethean Princess have not even been revealed yet in the TCG. All right, if you're looking at Promethean Princess and you're like, this card's going to be cheap. Most of the builds in the OCG started to play too. And I know, to the one guy in the back telling me, you know, I'm not going to listen to the OCG. Why would I listen to them? All right, they're worse players than us. You know, and then guess what? The TCG adapts the trend 2 weeks into the format. It's going to be the same person going, see, I told you should have played 2 out here. All right. I'm so frustrated with the Yu-Gi-Oh community right now. It's not even funny, man. Like, I had people in my comment section telling me that they're like, we're getting a world exclusive premiere theme for Pyro. Yeah, it was on the product page. People don't understand this. We have people over here that are crapping their pants over Bonfire and how unrealistic it is. Yeah, that's okay. Sure, just another day in the office. Then you've got people over here that haven't even realized. I'm just bracing myself for impact at this point when Populous and Promethean Princess hit those secret rare slots, and we have round 3 of food, or literally poop flinging across the internet. And, you know, imagine if the next Pyro TCG exclusive archetype ends up being good. You know how much more people are going to be upset? They're going to be like, oh my gosh. You're already going to have people that when 1 + 1 = 2 and they realize that we have the Pyro archetype coming, they're going to be even more pissed because it's probably going to be a subpar garbage deck. And then you're going to have people in the back complaining that they want to play the tier 3 garbage. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm offended about Bonfire. I'm going to be like, I'm sorry that you want to play tier 3 garbage on the first set. All right, wait for the reprint. You're not going to get another round of support for the deck for a year from now anyway. By the time the TC or OCG gets it, do what the rest of us do and wait patiently for it. All right, look at Goaty, for example. Goaty finally got its good support. Unfortunately, a year later. But you know what? If the deck is a rogue contender now, okay, that's cool. All right, if it took a whole year of this for this to actually happen, that's what you want to see right now. But because of everything that's going on right now, we being distracted from Phantom Nightmares impending drop, I actually find that very interesting. The fact that, you know, I guess the Yu-Gi-Oh community just accepts the fact that, you know, maybe you don't need to play 3 Populous, or, you know, Promethean Princess is already going to be expensive. It has to be an understanding from the player base that the waifu tax is real. By the way, if you ever play this game or you're new to this game, I hate to tell you this, but the waifu tax, 100% real in this game. Especially when you're looking at how this game functions. Those waifu cards, all right, people want them in the higher rarity. And I know, all right, you might be one of those people that, you know, are like, wow, I can't believe that, you know, no waifu, no laifu. You know, I get it, all right? It's not going to be for everybody, but unfortunately, you know, the waifu tax is real in this game, all right? People will spend huge amounts of money on cards that they aesthetically think look good. Who would have guessed? That's why you have people running out here spending a lot of money on their cosmetics in these video games, and it confuses people. But you know what? It makes people feel good when they're teabagging you after they just sniped you from across the map, all right? And then they're yelling into the mic, get good, and you're just, you yell something absurd, and then they're like, I'm going to be at your mom's house in 5 minutes, all right? You're going to be like, no, I'm already doing my mom. They're going to be like, wait, you're doing your mom? And you're going to be like, oh no, what did I say on the internet? Yeah. It's going to be that situation. You know, that's an actual story I heard a long time ago on the internet, that exact sequencing. But alas, it's amazing how we can come so far down some of these paths. So, will Bonfire get cheaper? Well, see you guys on Friday when we dissect the set on Market Watch and go, ha ha, that card's still expensive. I don't understand this game. Nor do you, nor do the rest of us. Just another day in the office for Yu-Gi-Oh! You guys have a good rest of your day, alright? Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.